on reactions, maybe I should react to More Plates, More Dates, because I have absolutely nothing against this guy. I'm not trying to start internet beef. I don't really do internet beef. I do real beef.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to start internet beef. I have actually nothing against the guy. He has good information. We've never really spoken properly. I've sent my DMs since
I spoke to him before. He's a friend of a friend.
Yeah, cool. So he's a good guy. And he obviously is very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about because he made a 25-minute video on me. And I watched it and I didn't have a clue what he was talking about.
Zero.
He's sitting there saying, if you're hyperglobin and you're superlobin, superlobin, ballsack, superlobin, blooperlobin, I'm just sitting there looking, bruv, I don't know what you're talking about. Because what happens is people who take steroids know about blood work and steroids. But people like me who have never taken gear in our lives, I don't have a clue what any of this stuff is.
Zero.
I put my blood test up to prove I'm not on steroids.
Because you know you're not on steroids. You don't know what it means, but you just know that it proves
I just know it somehow it proves it. Because I put it on Twitter before and someone said, we can see your total testosterone is average, but your free testosterone is very, very high. And if you were injecting testosterone, your total testosterone wouldn't be average levels. So that means that you have fairly normal testosterone levels overall, but because you live in a hyper-competitive environment, because you have an iron mind, because you are a master of Wudon,
They didn't say that.
They said that.
You're embellishing.
Yoga fire.
That you use your mind to force your body to free up more testosterone for combat. That's what they said word for word. And I said, yeah, that proves I'm not on steroids. So I put it up, right? Because people are saying, Tate, you're on steroids. And I have nothing against steroids, but I'm blessed. You understand me? God has blessed me as one of his favorites. So I like to tell people the truth. I'm not a liar. Everyone who watches this knows me that my word is my bond. I don't lie. Why would I come along and start talking about steroids if I was on steroids? I don't lie. I have never taken an injection in my entire life. Not during my fight career, not now.
They come in pill form as well. You've never taken
pill injection. I'm not taking none of it. I don't know how it works, and I just know that I don't need it because I am top G. Everyone saw the thing. So when he's on there saying you're hyperglobin, you're gluperglobin, maybe you're globerin and globerin, I just want to say something to More Plates, More Dates. Listen, I have nothing against you. I appreciate the video. Yeah. I understand that you're an expert in the field. I am not. But I'm certainly an expert in my own life. And I'm telling you, I ain't taking nothing. Now, if anybody doubts me, if you want to doubt the top G, I will offer here right now, we're going to do a $50,000 bet. We'll put the money in escrow in Bitcoin, $50,000 each. And I will do any test you name with any doctor, USDC, USDA, the best doctor that tests my hemoglobin, see the size of my ball sack. We'll do it all because you're going to find out that I ain't taking nothing. I don't need to. I'm one of God's favorites. So when he's sitting there going, it's very unusual for a 35-year-old man who just drives supercars and drinks scotch to look like that, he needs to understand something. You're talking about mortals. I am Dowsim. So you can't talk about hemoglobin.
This wasn't, we didn't script this.
You can't talk about hemoglobin to me.
Is that a word you made up?
Yes.
Nice. I like it.
I said it here. I'm 35. I train at home. I smoke. I drink. I love junk food. Now people assume I'm on steroids. It's literally amazing how being God's favorite confuses normies. I'm sorry you dorks need injections and meal plans and powders and to give up donuts. I don't. I don't have to do that. I am your superior. Pow! You don't know about me. You don't know about me. Now, I do train. I'm not gonna lie. I do train every morning.
We do.
Every morning I train. But I train at home. I'm certainly not going to some gym and giving up my life. I'm certainly not one of them gym bros who only trains and does nothing else. I'm certainly not, you know what I'm not doing? Cutting up broccoli and putting in little boxes. If I make enough little boxes, maybe I'll get some biceps.
There are literally gay porn movies less gay than meal prep YouTube videos.
Gay.
Super gay.
Gay. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm a bad man. So as part of his breakdown, he also said something which is quite interesting. He was talking about how because of my elevated levels of free testosterone, and anyone at home wondering how I do it, the actual truth is I live with my brother, I live with my cousin, I live in a very competitive environment. I grew up being a professional fighter in a very competitive environment. I'm competing now with billionaires because I aim to be a billionaire before the age of 40. I live in a very competitive lifestyle. Plus, I got enemies. I'm Tinder swindling.
I'll stay on edge.
I'm on the edge. There's people after me. My trigger finger's twitchy. And when you live like that, when you live on the edge and you're constantly looking around you, it's hard to let your testosterone levels drop because your mind is at war. My mind is at war. So, of course, he doesn't understand how my free levels can be so high because he's in an air-conditioned house. He ain't got no enemies. He ain't having threes. Bro, I got to get through 20 bitches a week. I need it. My body, your body's only going to produce what you need. He ain't out here pimping. Like, of course, my body gives me what I require. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is why my free test is so high. So anyway, he made a point which is quite interesting. I'm going to play it for you all. And once again, this is not a dig at the guy. The guy,
it's a good point.
He clearly knows exactly what he's talking about. He said hemoglobin like 5 times. So he's smart. I don't know about none of this.
He knows blood shit.
Yeah, I don't know this shit. The only blood I was interested in is the blood I put on my enemy's face. Watch this.
Acromegaly, too much growth hormone in adults. I guess this is possible, you know? Like, he's not like a fucking giant necessarily, but I mean, maybe it's worth checking IGF-1 levels. If you have significantly elevated IGF-1, this could be indirectly causing it. Although it would be odd, you know, for a natural to have this, but that's why these are like the weirdest, like worst case scenarios, but they would explain it if you want to get further, more elaborate testing to dial it in. Because again, even if you have high free T, like that's great and all for like, you know, psychoactive effects, being a bit more aggressive, performance-based outcomes a little bit, but there's a point whereby you become a bit more volatile. It's harder to have emotional stability. You react a bit more, I don't know, in a more volatile manner literally, where you are a lot less able to process situations effectively.
Did you just call me volatile? He just called me volatile.
He just called you volatile.
He just called me fucking volatile.
Whoa.
Don't call me volatile. I ain't volatile.
Calm down. You said you weren't going to do this.
Listen.
Woo!
Woo! Listen, let me tell you something. I agree with him. When you have fire blood like me, and that's what's required to do
Yoga fire.
Yeah, you're volatile, but I have something that he has not encountered. I have something he's not even managed to fathom in his mind. He's known me for a while, and I know the guy. There's not a dig. But he's not looked at me deep enough to understand something. The difference between me and everyone else with fire blood is I am also a genius. I'm from Genius Stock. I'm a Mensa member, verified Genius IQ. Our father is one of the best chess players in the world. So not only do I have fire blood, but I also have one of the most powerful minds on the face of the planet. Unmatched perspicacity, indefatigability, compendious, sexy. I have that. So I have my fire blood along with one of the greatest minds on the planet, which means I don't have to be volatile. I'm volatile when I decide to be volatile. I'm volatile when it's time to empty the clip. And when I decide to not be volatile, I'm not. I can do it all. I am one of God's favorites. So you want to sit there and say, well, maybe he's a bit volatile. I can be. Sure. Knock my door at the wrong time. Sure. But all in all, I know what I'm doing.
All right. So while we're on the topic of people accusing us of taking certain drugs when we don't.
Wait, I ain't done.
What do you mean you ain't done?
So, more plates, more dates. Thank you for the breakdown. So I'm going to do another blood test because I don't understand this stuff. I've asked for another one.
We got one tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, another one. Because my age was wrong in the last one. The reason my age was wrong is
they fucked it up.
They didn't even ask my age. They just came and took my blood, and then they just put in a random age. It's Romania, G. What'd you expect? So we're going to do another one. We're going to film it live, put it on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. It's all going to come up, the same stuff, because lifestyle. That's the only reason I can say I'm one of God's favorites. I've got an iron mind. I'm a genius. I got fire blood. I got it all. Don't worry about me being volatile. I'm a bad boy. If you want to watch the video, you should watch it. It's on the More Plates, More Dates channel. Guy's a good guy, knows exactly what he's talking about. If after I put that up, he cannot conclusively state Andrew Tate, he is not on steroids. He's a genetic freak, one of God's favorites. If he's still sitting there going, I don't know, hemoglobin, then what we'll do is we'll put 50 G's each in an escrow, and I'll come to wherever he is, and I'll do any test he wants, and I'll pass it, because I'm that guy. So if you want the smoke,
Yoga fire.
I don't lie. Don't ever anyone accuse me of lying. I ain't on steroids. I don't need them. No, we're not stopping yet. I wake up every morning. I wake up.
I'm easy, man. I'm chilling.
I wake up.
You could talk. It's easy for me.
Push this bitch. Push that bitch. Because when you're sleeping between two girls, it's really hot. Got the window open. It's stupid hot.
And you can't move the blanket from side to side.
Because they're like, they go, I'm getting cold. It's like, shut up.
Shit.
Get your sleep. You got to do the camera later. Move her. And then I go to the gym. Now, I train every morning for about an hour and a half.
Don't tell them our training regime.
I'm not going to. while I check my phone, have my coffee in between sets, do my things. Boom, boom, boom. Hour and a half. That's it. That's all it takes when you're the top G. I don't have to give up my life. I ain't one of them dudes in the gym. Yeah, man, I'm broke, but, you know, I almost became a bodybuilder once. I'm top G. And while we're on the subject, I want to state here and now, that's what makes me such a fantastic individual, because I don't have to give up my entire life to be successful in one particular field. Most dudes to look like me have to give up their entire life to look like me. I can do it as a hobby on the side, which means it gives me plenty of time to do all these other things. That's why I'm going to be a billionaire. That's why I got all these cars. That's why I got this compound. So I got an army, 20 armed guys outside my house.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. Congrats on getting monetized. Thank you, DT. Nicola Elez, just super chatted for no reason. MW, Top G and Top T, Boss Tings. You're obviously an up-and-coming boss yourself. Thank you, MW, for the super chats. Eggs are not real. I'm going to debunk it. From Emmanuel G says Pharaoh Tate. Jesus, we're getting some super chats today. I'm going to call them out, and I'm going to interrupt your rants.
No,
because these people are trying
We need to talk more about how he said I'm on steroids, and I ain't. I'm not on steroids. I'm stating this now. If I'm lying and I get proof I'm lying, look how stupid I'm going to look. Let's do the test. 50 G's. 50 G to me. I've probably got 50 grand in my robe pocket. Ain't nothing to a boss. Let's go. I ain't lying. So just keep that in mind. When you look at my physique, what you need to do, I am designed. Let me tell you why God put me on the planet. I've been put on the planet for a very specific reason. And I've been put on the planet to humble you. Because all of you people watching this, you will not reach your potential as a man unless you are extremely introspective. You must look in the mirror and you must compare yourself to Tate, and you must understand that you fail in every metric. You are poor, you are weak, you are stupid, you are ugly, and you are short. You are none of the things I am. And God put me on this planet specifically to remind you of how much you are failing. You are failing the experience of man because I exist. And only when you accept that and accept your place below me, with deep introspection, can you find the inner secrets of Wudan. And then you are prepared to learn. Then you are an empty vessel in which I can entrust my knowledge. Before that point, you're walking around the world going, well, I have an opinion. Well, yeah, Tate thinks this, but I think nobody cares what you think. You're poor and stupid and weak.